Hello, hello, hello. It's another Tuesday and I have a fun project for you. As always, make sure that you have a pen and a piece of paper so that you can write down some sizes, and let's get on with this. I know I'm a whisker early. All the gadgets seem to be gadgeting. As always, say hello and where you're watching from, because we love to see that. We love to see where you all are. It's always fun. We have people watching from all around the world, and it just makes my heart squish when I know you're watching. We have sweet friends in Australia, and it is way early over there, and then we have people in England and it's way late over there. So we have people all over. And then Fiona's in St. Clair Shores and she's 45 minutes drive from me. So not far at all. Anyway, I am going to do a cute note card today. So this all came into my mind because I was talking to my sweet friend Pam, who has a relative who is unwell, and every single week she mails them a card just to lift up their spirits, and she's been doing this for over a year. And we were discussing how we love a fun fold card, but then there's nowhere to write. So hey Pam, so I thought I'd do this, and yes, while I know this is floral and it isn't necessarily suitable for a guy, you could absolutely find a more masculine image and use this same idea. So I posted up a picture on here earlier on today. Tomorrow through the 17th is double stamping rewards. If you're not familiar with what that is, create an account on Stamping Up, opt in, you can choose me as your demonstrator, and then you're going to get 20% stamping rewards back on whatever you earn, and then you can spend them on whatever you like, which is, I absolutely love that. It's not, oh well, you can get this one half price or you can get this one free. No, you can put it, it's like a discount coupon, and you just put it in at the end and it reduces the total, and I love that. If you need more information, shoot me a message. So make sure you take advantage of that. It's tax day tomorrow, so make the most of your tax dollars, right? Make some things to make you smile. So one of the things that they've also done is there's a stack of items on the clearance page, the last chance page. So last chance means that they're not going to restock it, and then if it's reduced in the price, obviously again, that's the best price it's going to be, and once it's gone, it is gone, so make the most of it. And one of those things is the Love Notes paper, really heavily discounted, and it was such cute paper. Now, it was Happy Valentine's Day or Happy to miss out on it. Okay, I'm also using the Layers of Beauty. This is also on the last chance list. It will not be restocked, and I used this last week. I love the Grateful for You, and I thought I'd use that saying as well. Okay, that's the Layers of Beauty bundle has a different number. You can buy all the pieces separately, but there is a bundle. I'm also going to use the the Essential Arch dies, 164629. The last chance and discounted. Make the most of them. I've got a few left in here, so we need to use them up. I'm also using, and I apologise, I'm not sure if the garden green with white chevron ribbon is available. If it isn't, you can find a white ribbon or a peachy coloured ribbon or a red ribbon. You use whatever you've got, but this is 167212. So that's the ribbon I'm going to use. A couple of inks, and then, you know, we use the cardstock, we make our card bases all the time. Did you know that you can buy a bulk pack of white envelopes, 159236? I love these. These are my go-to envelopes. They're really, really nice. And they're going to form the basis of my card. The two ink colours I'm going to use are Cherry Cobbler and also Petal Pink. And I'm using the Petal Pink ink spot, not the full-size ink, because I'll show you why in a minute. All right, so here is one of my envelopes. Here's my sticky side, and obviously your card, your notepad would go inside that. But what I'm actually going to do is I cut a piece of that really, really pretty Love Notes paper, and this is cut at 2.25, and it's 6x6 paper, so it's 2.25 by 6, and I'm going to use some of my Tomo liquid, which I didn't put back in my holder very well, and I've now got a huge puddle of adhesive at the bottom of my holder. But we're gonna take it and we're gonna like smear it round. I shouldn't be doing it on here, I should be doing it on my mat so I don't get glue all over my glass mat. Here's my silicone mat. If you've seen me use this silicone mat before, you know that the old glue just rubs right off it. It's so satisfying. So hi Wendy, Wendy made it, yay! And I'm just going to line up my paper and I'm going to slide it, and I'm going to slide it towards that crease, and that's the beauty of using the liquid glue, right? Okay, and we're just going to keep it just inside that line. All right, so I'm just going to let that sit a second. And then we are going to turn it over, and then just using your paper snips or your scissors, whatever you've got, I'm going to take my scissors and, ooh, the light in here is not brilliant. Okay, I need to tilt it like that. Sarah needs new glasses, and I'm just going to very quickly trim around the edge. Now, usually I would let this sit for a little longer than I am before I start to try and cut it. But you know, Sarah, for the effect of live television, we're going to do it now. But I would recommend just leaving it for just a couple of minutes to dry. Okay, and look how pretty that is. I mean, you could do this to a regular card, but I'm going to make it as part of my base. All right. So I'm also going to take a piece of white cardstock. This is the same size as the standard card front. Let me see those darling nails. They are getting very tatty, Kylie. Kylie's watching from Australia. So these are my Easter nails or my spring nails. I don't necessarily do Easter necessarily, but these were my spring nails. So we had rabbits in the meadow of flowers. We had little flowers and a plaid. I'm going to get them done next week, and I cannot wait. These are driving me nuts. Anyway, this is a standard card size. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So 4.25 by 5.5 for my Japanese friends. Yonte ni go kokeru go ten go dozo. All right. And then I also have, again, another piece of that scrap paper. It was a great way to use my scraps. It's 1 inch by 4.25, and I'm going to stick it to the bottom of that piece like so. So again, I'm going to just use my liquid adhesive and put a really skinny zigzag on that. And we will just pop that down along that bottom edge like so. Okay, garden green is one of the colours in this paper, so hey, we're going to use garden green cardstock, right? So this is Ichi Inches Kokeru Yonten ni go Dozo. This is 1/2 inch, 010 go by Yonten ni go by 4.25, and I'm going to put it, and I'm just going to put it a whisker down from the top, so you can still see a little bit of this pattern, but I don't necessarily want to see that white bit. So we're going to just put, again, another wiggly line on that. So we're just going to bring it down just a spot. A whisker. It's a technical term, you know that from the Chaos Goblin. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit just for 2 seconds. Okay, I'm going to give you another measurement. I have cut a piece of cardstock which is 1.5 by 9.75, and it is scored at 2.5 and 7. So that is Ichiten Go Kokeru Q10 Nana Go, scored at Ni 10 Go and Nana Inches Dozo Aishiteru. Okay, so 1.5 by 9 3/4, scored at 2.5 and 7. And that's going to form a band, okay? This bit, when I folded it up, is 4.5 inches because my envelope is almost 4.5 inches, right? So you don't want it to be exactly the same width, otherwise it won't slide on and off. And yes, you guessed it, we are going to use it and we're going to be wrapping it around this envelope. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a skinny line this side and a skinny line this side. And we're just going to smush those together very carefully. Okay. Okay, and this is one of the reasons I used the stamping spot is because they have that linen surface. Now, we all know with the new ink pads that are coming out, they are going to be just like the stamping spots, which it appeals to my grinchy little close to my heart because we were used to this style of ink with the metal magnetic cases, and it's coming back. And as you can see, all I'm doing is just dragging it along the edge of that cardstock. It means, and I'm going to do both sides, it means that I don't have to have a blending brush, I don't have to have a sponge dauber. You can just do it direct to paper or direct to cardstock. All right, just like that, and it gives me that really nice edge. Now, I already went ahead and I did it to my, if I put it on the white envelope, you can see, I already did it to my, I've got ink on my fingers, arch, and I already did it to my circle. So this, let me get this set out. This is this circle, so this is circle 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the fourth one in. And I also cut one in the green cardstock. Hi, Dawn. And that one is number 3 in from the edge, okay, so that they will stack on each other, right? And the arch is, don't make me count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5, 6. It's the 6th smallest coming in from the outside in. I want to colour them. One of the things that I sometimes do when I've got a lot of dies, I'll take Sharpies and I'll colour every other one. It's not so important on these because these are spaced, but these, because they're so close in size, I would do every other one, and it just makes it easier to pull 2 up and you know that they are stacking next to each other. Might be a good idea, you might find that useful. All right, let's move my envelope out of the way. So I already went ahead and I cut 2 pieces of the paper. This is the same paper as the roses and the hearts, the flowers, whatever you want to call them. So these pieces are, here we go with the 8s. 1 3/8. So that's 1 line smaller than a half, by 4 3/8. And again, 1 line smaller than a half. So it's halfway between a quarter and a half. That's where your 8s are. Okay, I'm now going to take this ink, and because this is a lighter colour, it's not really going to show up on that. I might do a whisker around the edge, but it will show up on this lighter paper. And I'm just going to brush it gently. The more upright you keep it, you'll just get ink along the edge. If you keep it flatter, you're going to get a lot of ink on the surface of your paper. And I'm going to do both of these just to soften them up. This paper gives you that sort of shabby chic look anyway, which you know I love. This is one of my favourite 6x6s. It's got that whimsy to it, which I really like. I'm not going to do a lot. You see, it doesn't really show up on the red. Not a lot of point in doing it on that one. But on the white and on this, it shows up. Oh, it might show up on this. Let's have a go. Now, this has dried a little bit. Yeah, we can put a whisker on. It shows up on the green because the green's a little bit paler than that cherry cobbler colour. But it has that whimsy, it has that cottage core feel, which makes it so pretty. Okay, here we go. Ribbon. Let's put some ribbon on, shall we? All right, so we're going to go all the way around this. Let's try and get it straight on the back. All right. And we can slide it around. Oops, she says. All right, so how do you tie a knot? Take your left piece over the top of your right and underneath. That left-hand piece now becomes the right-hand piece. And that piece comes over the top. and under, well, if it doesn't slide off your stupidly long nails.com. They are ridiculously long, I know. They've been really, really long, and that way it will tie and it will lie flat. Ta-da! Yeah, my nails have been stupidly long for the last couple of months. I really do need to get him to take them down. I did say I don't want them quite as long, and they ended up longer. So obviously there was a breakdown in communications between him and I. Okay, now I'm not worried about that falling off because I'm going to add, and you can see that I hand trimmed out of that paper 2 of these little flowers. And I on purpose haven't done this tight because I want to be able to slide it round if I need to. And then I am going to just put this over the top like so, so the ribbon comes in. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's just wiggle it around. Okay, so 3D foam tape. If I was 3D foam tape, where would I be? There's a whisker here, so we'll be using some of this. So, whoop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to anchor that ribbon down. So we'll stick that there. So I'm not worried too much about this. Don't forget to use all your edges of your tape up because we don't want to waste that, right? Let's put a piece there. Yeah, when you've got all these little sticky out bits. Another technical term. Good morning, Helen. From, well, yeah, it is. It's midnight, girl. I love it when Helen joins me. I'm headed back to the UK in May to see Mama. So I'm hoping that Helen and I can get together again. We've been friends since before we moved to America. Helen and I used to work together. So I'm hoping that we can get together and go out for a meal like we did last time. That would be super cool. Okay. And yes, Mum's fine. She's doing good, which is nice. So I'll be able to catch up with the fam. Okay, so let's tuck that ribbon in there like so. And there we go. So there's my little note card ready to go inside my envelope once it's got some gems on. Okay, let's stick these 2 pieces down. So because we want to hide the join on this. Okay, so here we go. This should fit with just a little bit of white. So when you've got just 1/8 of an inch, it just gives you that little bit of white edge, which is super pretty. And I've done it back and front because why not, right? Because I can, because I had the paper. We're all got paper, but this is a great way to use up your scraps, you guys. None of these pieces of paper are bigger than 2 1/4. That's the biggest one. Melissa's watching. Hey, Melissa, my sweet friend. Again, I've known Melissa for years and years and years. All right, so let's hide that join, which is here. I can see it, so let's hide it. So we're going to put this here. So let's put a little bit here in the middle, not very wide, and then we'll do a bit there. We know how wide my bit of paper is. We can use it as a guide. We just don't want adhesive from here to Christmas. All right, there we go. And again with the ribbon, right? Oops, all the pieces. So remember what I just said? They're like, no. All right. Again, the nails make it just a little bit harder for me, but I know that you're going to do it so much easier. Let's take this tail a little bit shorter. Always check the back of your work. Always make sure that your ribbon is actually flat on the back before you go ahead and tie the knot. All right, so here's my left hand piece. I know it's in my right hand, but bear with me. Oops. Hold on. All right. So we're going to take this left hand piece over the top of the right hand piece and underneath. Right. Switch hands. Trying to pin it down with my nail. Okay, going to take this right hand piece over the top of the left hand piece and under and tie it, and then your ends lie flat. If you don't, your ends are going to form an addition sign, which looks terrible. So well, it's not my style. If that's the style you like, you go for it. But it's not Sarah. Okay, here we go. So those will now lie flat. Give it a pull. Oops. There we go. The claws. All right. We are going to come in with this one. Again, I'm going to pop it up with a heap of 3D foam tape. She says, you've only got this much left, Sarah. Don't be teasing people with a heap of 3D foam tape when you've got 2.5 inches left. But with as much 3D foam tape as I can muster on my table, I have more 3D foam tape than you can shake a stick at. Do you think I can put my hands on it? Not so much. I was busy cutting paper for my Mega Meet class, which is at the beginning of next month. And I think I've cut 4,500 pieces of paper. Yes, choices, people, choices. I was questioning mine. I do this every year. I do it to myself every single year. And I'm like, I'm not doing it again. And the year comes round and I'm like, oh, let's create a project that's got even more pieces on it, shall we? Okay. All right. So again, well, I need to move that bow round. And because it's not glued down, right, I can slither it. There we go. Just along a little bit. And that fits on there better. Oh, I do like that. Yeah, because we want our 3D foam tape to be inside that. We don't want any 3D foam tape on here, otherwise it's going to glue itself to the envelope. Noriko, oh, you're watching from Tokyo. Wow, we've got Tokyo, we've got Australia, we have England, we've got all the places, right? Okay, I have a circle here and I want to just tuck that in there like so. So we're just going to put it on the top half because again, it's going to overhang, and I only want glue on the white. We don't want any glue down here, which would glue it to the front of the envelope. And then let's stamp some words. We're going to use the cherry cobbler, and this is where, well, I put my stamp down, here it is. This is the stamp set, The Layers of Beauty. This is where I got those words. So as I say, this is last chance, so if you like it, get it. So we're going to do cherry cobbler. We're just going to ink it gently with this particular style of ink pad. We do not need ink up to my elbows. There. Ta-da! I'll clean that in a minute. And let's close it before I put my elbow in that. And then, yeah, you know we're going to pop this up. Oh, we absolutely are. Right. We have some more 3D foam tape somewhere because this is nowhere near enough. Oh, there's a bit underneath my lamp. Heh. Love it when that comes together. And again, another end bit. So let's use all of this up. Okay. It's super sticky, so you don't need to cover the whole thing with 3D foam tape. Oh, I like this. I'll just tuck that underneath. Okay, gems. Now, the gems I have here, again, don't get mad at me. Don't get super mad with me because I don't know whether these are available. I can't find the packaging. We took them to an event a few weekends ago and this is how they've come back. But I'm pretty sure that they were the gems that were part of the Cheers and Sips bundle. So that's what they are. So they're this very delicate pink. You use whatever gems you've got or go hunting and you'll be able to find them. So let's add some of the pink gems. And I am going to use the end of my, no, I'm not. I'm going to show you an easy way to do it. All right. Take the gem, slide it to the end of the sheet. Put your finger on it, pull it off. Okay, slide it to the edge of the sheet, put it where you want it to be, put your finger on it, slide the sheet out from underneath it. So we have a selection of gems on here, and this is what I'm using. So I think they're adorable. They look like the little flower buds as far as I'm concerned. Just slide it to the sheet, put your finger on the end, pull the sheet out, and it stays where it's meant to be. And I think we need one here. So that's what we're going to use. They're almost all gone, so that's why we're using them. Look how stinking cute that is. I am obsessed, people. I'm obsessed. There. So this is your note. So let's put a few gems on here. because we've got them and they need using up because they're driving me nuts. So let's put one here. Let's put one there. Let's put another one here. We love that. Okay, so let's really gussy it up. Somewhere on my table, if you can see it, yep, right here, I have a wink of Stella, so the glitter. So let's just add a little bit of shimmer to the centers of those flowers. And again on here, because everything's better with a little bit of glitter to zhuzh it up. Everybody needs some zhuzh in their life. I sure as heck do. I know you can't see it, but trust me, it's on there. Let me hold it up to the camera. And if I tilt it, you have to give me some thumbs up if you can see it. And Wendy, I would love you to come and say hello at Mega Meet. I will be there on the Thursday only. So can you see that? Just in the centers of those flowers. The light just doesn't always do it any justice. Anyway, I'm hoping you saw that. All right, so my little note card will now go in my envelope. And now you've got both sides to write on, right? So lots of writing area. Oops, let's just tuck my little leaf in the envelope. Okay, don't need to seal it. Now, if you were worried that this would stick, what you could do is you could take another piece of paper or a piece of plain cardstock and stick it on the inside, and then it wouldn't glue itself closed if it got damp. And then you just slide your belly band on top, and ta-da! What do you think of that? Do you love it? Give me some hearts and give me some loving if you do. Now, if you could do me the biggest favor, if you could share this video, I'm going to link it up to my YouTube account. You can see all of my videos on my YouTube account. If you would share that YouTube video on your Facebook page, I would really, really appreciate it. It just shares the love and it shares the artwork and spreads the creativity around. That's what I love to do. Kari's with me. Hi, Kari. She's here too. So I will see you hopefully next Tuesday and with another creative piece of... Oh, we didn't add the bees. Look, I was meant to add the bees, not just the flipping gems. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can even put them on here. Do we even need bees? I think I may have overdone it with the... Oh, no, we can add a bee. We can always add a bee. Okay, my tweezers are somewhere. So remember, put the little dot of adhesive on your card, on the base. And, ooh, she says, where are... Oh, heck. Where are my tweezers when I want them? And then drop your bee onto it. Cute. There. I've got 6 bees left. I think I need to order more. Don't forget. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad you like it. Don't forget to order bees. They're on last chance. The Love Notes DSP, last chance. When it's gone, it's gone. The Layers of Beauty on clearance and double stamping rewards tomorrow.